Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. In the last one, we built this liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen production here in space for our future event hydrogen rockets that we're going to be building probably in this episode. Well, not probably, that's the goal for the episode. But first, there was a minor mishap, and there was an alternate reality that I had to reload because I didn't notice it in time. So we didn't lose any progress that you would notice, but we obviously have our oxygen production and hydrogen production here that floods into these rooms where it then is chilled. Um, the slight issue was that we had a bit of a cross contamination with some oxygen getting into here, and I was confused because I was like, I directly ported them from the oxygen and hydrogen rooms. So if you look in here, it's the issue has happened, but it hasn't gone into the actual liquid hydrogen and oxygen because I shut off the lines. I disconnected them. So if we go to the gas overlay, there is oxygen and hydrogen in the wrong rooms. This is infuriating. And the entire reason this happened is because there was one singular blob of mucin that somehow got into this electrolyzer. And what's crazy is you look at the input pipes to this electrolysis area, right? All of this is water. You look in these liquid reservoirs, water, water, water. There seriously was maybe well, actually, let's see. How much mucin is there in this one tile? 753 grams. There was 753 grams in a singular packet of mucin that came up. Oh, there's a little tiny bit more right there. You can see 148 grams. So we're obviously taking all of this water from down here. Oh, wow, there's some liquid damage in these pipes. I'm guessing there was an issue with the amount of flow rate coming out of this thing. But you could see right here. So a long time ago, I tried to run the mucin through these to heat them up. And obviously the mucin broke out of the pipes. And actually I ran squid ink and that turned into the mucin. And so we have a little bits of blobs of mucin sitting up here at the top. And there's no real easy way for me to clean this out. I can't just mop it out like I can this polluted water that's somehow down here. That also, no, that's polluted brine. Get rid of that too. This is supposed to be a clean liquid tank, but running the squid ink and mucin through here obviously broke it a little bit, and I couldn't clean it. So, there was a little bit of contamination, and 99% of this liquid pipe is just clean, pure water. It's the little tiny bits of mucin that are going to kill us. So, basically, what I need to do is I need to turn all this off, which I already did. I disconnected the water input, and I need to get in here and I need to vacuum out all of the oxygen and the little bits of hydrogen from the wrong areas. And I need to basically flush the system and get it restarted. So yeah, that's what the first little bits of this. And I think what I'm going to do over here, just to 100% avoid any future problems. So you can see the potential load on this wire is 2.88 kilowatts. And, we produce what? How much do each hydrogen generator produce? 800 watts. So, the math is extremely difficult for me for some reason. It's 32 plus 8. Oh, it's 30. Wow, it's 40. I am so bad at math. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, so we're producing 4 kilowatts off of the hydrogen generators that we have in here. So I think we could pretty handily just run a liquid filter on our input stream here, and just I want to avoid this from ever happening again. We're just going to run it and hope that that fixes the problem. You know, we're just going to we're going to make sure 100% that it's clean, pure water coming in. The liquid filter will take 120 watts, basically nothing for what we can produce here. So yeah, let me get in here, fix this. Thankfully, these other electrolyzers are still fine. They didn't get anything, so I just need to clean out, like, the water of this one. But we do need to flush the entire system, unfortunately. Which is not great, because there is 600 kilograms of oxygen. Thankfully, this is all basically free oxygen, if you want to think of it that way, because we were running it off of exhaust water from our geothermal plant, so it would have been deleted if we didn't use it for electrolysis. So it's not a real big loss, and it's self-powered, so it's not like we wasted any power on it or anything. But it's a little bit annoying, and the hydrogen up here might freeze while we have no input, but that's okay. Let me fix this, and we'll get back onto track. Well, if you ever wanted to see hundreds of kilos of gas pressure vent into the vacuum of space, here you go. It's just I cleaned this one out. Oh, I need to turn these off. I cleaned this side out real quick and easy by just breaking the tiles and letting the hydrogen go up, obviously. Now, the upper area is going to be a lot more difficult, so yep. It's a good thing the vacuum of space, like I said, is right here on the other side of this. Should make cleaning out 100, almost 200 kilos of oxygen nice and simple. Yeah, unfortunate. What can you do about it? Also, I did put in the liquid filter here. And also, for cleaning this all out, I know I could have probably, like, sealed it or something and made it... Oh, wow, look how fast that pressure is decreasing. I've never seen gas get this far out into space before. Because you know how it obviously is it's disappearing, but, like... Wow. Yeah, that's what, I guess, almost 200 kilos will do for you. Alright, the electrolysis plant is back up and running, and this took so long to fix for no reason, but it's alright. We can now finally hook back up all of our different things. Obviously, the hydrogen pressure in here needs to build back up again. That's the main thing that we lost since I just vacuumed this upper part out to space. And then the bottom part, I just let the hydrogen go up, so yeah. Now, though, since we have this liquid filter, we won't hopefully have to worry about this anymore. And then the extra water goes and pours over it so that it shouldn't overheat in space. At least that's the thought process. It's going to take a little bit for the hydrogen to back up enough for us to get more into our liquid production over here. But in the meantime, we can work on swapping out these rockets. So I'm just going to swap them. They're not going to be, like, I'm not going to build new rocket platforms or anything. All I'm going to do is disconnect the petroleum input and then change I'm going to just deconstruct the large liquid tanks and reconstruct them, and then we'll put in a, an oxidizer tank. Pretty simple. And I need to remember what all this does. So this is our interplanetary lander, and then this is our mining rocket, and this one is our explorer rocket, which we don't really need this anymore, so I might actually convert this over to a lander as well. Trailblazer module, I don't think we need on this, but anyways. All that aside, I'm just going to swap all this out of petroleum and solid oxidizers, and we're going to start pumping over. Now, while this is off, actually, what I am going to do is I am going to break back in here, and I'm going to do a slight change. So I was testing in my testing world how I want to do all this. Which, speaking of, let me disconnect. Let me disconnect this just so we can get in here. I should have done this while I was cleaning it out, but I completely forgot. So in my testing world, what I did essentially is I had the liquid pump here, and then it pumped out the, well, either hydrogen or oxygen, and that went and cycled through. And then, since you don't want to leave it in the pipe stationary, you want it to always be flowing, and then hopefully to somewhere there it can be cool for a long time, which is either in here or in a liquid tank. Basically, those are your two options for keeping it cold somewhere. So we're going to take this, we're going to run the pipe out, and then we're just going to run it through the inputs for these different liquid tanks, and then we're going to loop it back around and dump it back in here. So what I need to do is I need to break in here, and I need to cut this coolant loop right here and here, and we need to put a liquid vent right in the corner of each of these rooms, and that we'll just dump it back in. And then what we're going to do is we also need to build the automation sensor out of this room, And what I'm going to do is basically just have a very simple system that says when a rocket is on the landing platform, we want that stuff cycling. And it won't change enough temperature in this short of a distance for it to um, overheat and vaporize. So the hydrogen will break out. That's the only one we really need to worry about anyways. The oxygen we don't have to worry about pretty much at all. So yeah, let me break back in here before we restart this whole system, and that'll give us some time for the hydrogen to back up. All right, our hydrogen and oxygen are back online. Oh wait, oxygen is now back online. There we go. And I think I might. No, I already lowered it to negative 254. I'll leave that be for now. The hydrogen is solid, which isn't the worst. We would just prefer for it to be liquid, of course. It's better than it being staying gaseous, we'll put it that way. But we do need to figure out. I guess maybe negative 253. Can I do like decimals? 0.5. Sure. Surely that's the perfect temperature. Anyways, we're starting to build the pipes here. The hydrogen pipe is going to be ceramic because it's a lot more important that it doesn't burst out of the pipes. It's a lot harder or easier for it to burst out of the pipes. The oxygen, on the other hand, is just being built out of some regular stone. We'll see if that's fine. If it's not, then we'll replace it with ceramic. But I'm pretty sure ceramic should be fine for the use case that we have here. The biggest difficulty here is trying to build everything. I think everything on the inside of this the rocket is unreachable, perhaps. I don't know. Anyways, just slowly building through here, and then down here, I think it's about time we knock out one of our milestones, so you can see the colony summary here. We have these 3 milestones. These are the things that we're going to do to finish out the series. And we could we're going to knock out Home Sweet Home now, just because we can. Everybody's got morale well over whatever they need it to be. And, yeah, we literally just need to build the monument. And so, I think right here, right next to where everybody always has to go through, is where we're going to build it. We don't have enough, ceramic for the midsection. Oh. Huh. All right, well, we're making more ceramic as we speak. We're just using it for something a little bit more important than this. But I don't see why we shouldn't put this right here. And yeah, let's get this going. I'll put some diamond window tile too to make it look even prettier right through there. All right. Actually, I'm going to move it 1 tile in so we can have a ladder section stand on. But anyways, yeah, let's work on that while the other stuff is happening up in space. All of this piping. All right, so the oxygen line is finished. So we're going to test it real quick. We will see how this goes. So the oxygen is coming out at negative 198, and it will evaporate at around negative 181 because it's 2 degrees after the actual temperature that it's at. We'll see. So, yeah, negative 197, and we'll just keep that number in mind as it goes around. Fill up that first liquid oxidizer tank, no problem. Onward it goes to the next. It's now down to negative 193 over this far. Remember, this is not ceramic piping or anything, so it's transferring a decent bit of chill into the actual liquid pipes that it's in. I'm not too worried about it. The oxygen is far easier to deal with. All right, third oxygen tank. All going nice and smoothly. And once this is done, it should start heading back. All right, great. Off it goes. Yeah. Nice and simple. It's literally just running a pipe, and then we'll just dump it back in here, and we'll turn off the signal switch. I just want to test what happens when it comes back around all the way. All right, let's see. No worries. No breakages, no leaks, no nothing in the pipe. I purposely bridge over these bunker tiles just to avoid any possible transfer between the liquid pipe and the tiles, because these get pretty hot from meteor impacts. So we want to not have that be a problem. All right, you just turn this off, and the liquid the liquid oxygen will just fill back up the tank, and all of the rockets are fueled. Well, filled with. They're not fueled. They're filled with oxygen. And now we just need to wait for more ceramic. We're quite out of it, and then we can test the hydrogen. That's the one I'm more worried about, since it's iffy. We'll see. The liquid hydrogen is negative 253 in here. It's just oh, I guess that's what I set it at. It's so hard to find the correct temperature. Like, this is solid in here. But we still do have some gas. It's just such a small range. It's so difficult. Whereas the oxygen, you just don't care. You just set it somewhere in its 40-degree range or whatever, and it just works. So nice and easy. Anyways, waiting for hydrogen now. So I was looking, I was like, what's the point of these polluted oxygen vents? Who would want polluted oxygen at 60 degrees? Sure, you could turn it into oxygen, but it's hot, and then it might have germs. And, I finally understand, because of how much ceramic I need. There are basically two ways to get clay in this entire game. One is you mine it from a biome that does not exist on this planetoid, right? None of these biomes have clay in them. I've checked fairly thoroughly, hopefully. If they do, then it'll be embarrassing, but I'm pretty sure none of the biomes have any clay on them. I was worried this was clay here for a second. So, there's one other way to get clay, and that is from deodorizing polluted oxygen. Or I guess you could Mammoth Ranch, which is probably a good idea, but I don't have mammoths here, and I'm really not in the mood to go and launch my rocket to try to grab one and bring one back. I do know where they are. So really, the easiest method of getting clay is actually from deodorizing polluted oxygen, which is where all of my clay on this map did originally come from. Can't even click this button down here. I need to get rid of some of these. I don't care how much zinc I have anymore on the map, or sleet wheat grains, or petroleum. But you can see the amount of clay, because I just started making ceramic, straight down. And all of this clay was built up over almost 1,600 cycles just from the random deodorizers I have around the place. So, like, I don't even know. There's one here. I think there's one right down here that has been working fairly consistently. But, yeah, so I might need to actually either... If this wasn't such high pressure, then this polluted water would be off-gassing, but it is too much CO2 right around here. So, yeah, I mean, I almost need to do something where I capture this polluted oxygen and turn it into clay, because to finish this monument, right, which I did the first piece, but to get the next piece, the monument bid section, I need 2,500 kgs of ceramic. And I don't have enough clay to make that much ceramic. And the rest of my clay is all going up here, which I did just finish. Some of these pipes are not ceramic because I just can't deal with it. It's too much. So it's too expensive for me. So we're just not going to deal with it. But anyways, all of that aside, my hydrogen line is finally finished, and I'm going to build the little switch up here. We're going to try it. We're going to turn it on, see if it, fills up. First, I am going to change out these for hydrogen engines. And then we'll fill it up with hydrogen. I don't know if there'd be a bug or anything. I'm sure you could fill the fuel tanks with hydrogen, even if it's the wrong type of engine. Anyways, once those are done, we're going to switch this on and see how it goes. Alright, now let's watch as all my piping breaks inevitably, and all of this nice liquid hydrogen spills out. We're just going to do, like, a little test Oh, wait, I can't do a little test swab because it's going to start fueling up the actual rocket. You can see how little the temperature is changing in the ceramic pipes, which most of this is ceramic. It's just a few pipes here and there that are not anymore because I was too lazy. Also, we don't have enough hydrogen to fill up all of these liquid tanks, I don't believe. But this is 6 tiles worth of hydrogen. We had what? We had 4. And I don't think these were even full. I did see a little bit there, but so we could fill up 4 liquid tanks. That's pretty good, actually. We are always producing more. It just takes well. If this would want to melt at any point, then it would be really nice. It's been slowly changing temperature. It's just, 800 kgs of hydrogen has a lot of thermal mass to it. All right. It's gotten to the second one without breaking in the pipe. That's always good. What has it gotten down to? Negative 255. And it started out at negative 256. It was not always that cold. I think it was negative 255 for a while there. Maybe. Huh. It's definitely losing quite a bit of temperature. We will see how this goes. If this doesn't work, then what we're going to have to do is rate limit it. So we'll pump out, our full 10 kgs, and then we'll just have a liquid meter valve. Not liquid meter, but we would just have a liquid valve. And we would reduce all of this to 1 kg so it doesn't flash in the pipes. And the other 9 kgs would go and loop back in quicker. They would just go straight onto the input line again. But that would reduce the rate that we can fill rockets by quite a significant. So we would prefer to not do that. It is getting pretty cold. Or, I mean, not cold, warm. It's negative 254. It'll probably, I think it turns back to gaseous hydrogen at around negative 250. Technically, the liquefy or the condensation point of hydrogen is, I think, negative 252. Let me double check. All right, so hydrogen turns into liquid hydrogen at negative 252. But the way this game works, I think I can't remember the exact number, but it's that number plus or minus 2 degrees is actually when the state change happens. So coming back from liquid to gaseous form, it says it's negative 252, but it's more around like negative 250.2 is when it would actually flash back. So even though this is probably going to go below its actual vaporization vaporization point, it's probably not going to get there. All right, there's 4, and we're out of hydrogen, liquid hydrogen. All right, well, now we're just producing at whatever rate, at whatever random temperature it is. Some of these might break in the pipe because they're not the right cold temperature. Yeah, you can see. Yep, there we go. Heat damage. It escaped. I kind of need I need another, we're going to turn this off for now. I almost need what's the name? The automation sensor. Hydro sensor in here. And I need an and sensor. So this will come from the rocket eventually, but when I have both this and I have the sensor on, then it'll turn on the gas pump, or the liquid pump. But some of these packets are too small to break in the pipe. Hopefully, that one's too small. We'll see. A little bit of heat damage isn't going to kill us. Just please don't be one of the pipes right in the center of the rocket because those I can't reach with a ladder segment. Right here, I need to put this. Oh, and it's ceramic. Ugh. Expensive. Expensive. But anyways. It got to the last rocket. Once this builds up a little bit more, we'll try again. And didn't go horribly, that's for sure. Alright, so I got bored waiting for the hydrogen for it to condense. So I ended up tapping this, like I mentioned. It's a very crude design. Basically, we just have the vent in here. It's going to spew all of the polluted oxygen out, which, by the way, I need to make sure no one's allowed in here. it's polluted. It's polluted oxygen, so I don't want anybody coming in here at any point and getting slime lung. That would be really annoying. Basically, it's just gonna spew out all of the polluted oxygen. It's gonna come up to these deodorizers, which are being fed via the auto sweeper here. They're gonna produce all the clay. It's gonna get put in here, and the clay will get deposited right here. And then this gas pump basically just takes out any other gas that isn't polluted oxygen is going to get taken and just dumped out here. It might be a little hot. We have a cooling loop in the base, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, that's about it. It's really simple. And speaking of, not speaking of, but coming up here, we're up to about 500 kgs per tile of liquid hydrogen. So I think we're going to do another test here real quick. See if it breaks. If I just want to see if it can do one full loop before breaking, kind of a thing. This should be enough to fill up the last liquid tank and then return back, hopefully without breaking. That's the goal. The temperature is a little bit lower than I would have liked coming out of here. I try to run it at around -255, but then too much solidifies is what I find. So it's difficult. Hydrogen sucks to work. Hate it. I guess we're getting a good test with the pretty warm stuff here. All right. It is filling up the last liquid tank. Last fuel tank, I should say. Here it comes. -252 is what its current temperature is. This is like a worst case kind of a thing if it's pretty close to. Also, I'm gonna shut this off so we don't have the same problem we had last time with pretty much empty blobs. All right, -251 coming back through here. Like I said, this is below its -250. Dang it, right there. Are you kidding me? Right at the end. Everything else is making it back. I'm guessing there must have been something where like this one insulated tile was just a bit too warm, or it transferred heat with the insulated tile. And it broke right there. That's annoying. But anyways, this is an easy fix. At least we can break this tile and get it here. If this one ever gets liquid damage, that would be the worst to deal with. I'm guessing this was just a one-time thing since it was just right on startup. Hopefully. If not, then, like I said, there's things we can do. Oh, the liquid oxygen's fully backed up. I didn't even realize. Go repair that, and then we can do another little test here in a second. I think, yeah, we didn't waste very much liquid hydrogen at all, or pretty much, if any. Still at 400. All right. Last test, and then we will see. All right, last test. And turn it on. Let's get just a few blobs. I don't want to... Since there's no liquid tank to fill up, I don't need a lot. That's plenty. It just needs to be a good enough test to see if any of it evaporates by the time it gets back. All right. Why are there so many words for liquid turning into a gas? We've got evaporation, vaporization. Right, I just said there were so many words, and I can only come with 2 off the top of my head. Anyways, similar for going from a gas to a liquid. We've got condensation. We've got liquefaction. Is there any more I can think of? While we wait for this loop of hydrogen to come back around. All right, great. It works just perfectly fine. -252 started at -255. Pretty good. And I think we're ready for our future space program with hydrogen. All right. Now, before we end out this episode, because I'm not doing anything else this episode, I've got a little bit too much. I've done a lot today, and it may not seem like a lot, but it's taken me quite a bit of time. Let's build this monument. Let's get it done. Oh god, don't crash. Okay. I clicked there and I thought the game had crashed. Oh, they have to build this one before they can do the next one. These things take a lot of materials. Like 5 tons of steel, 2,500 kgs of ceramic. Gee whiz, like I know I'm in the end game, so it's not really it doesn't take very much. But if you were trying to build this early on, I mean, you'd be hard pressed. Glass, diamond. The head takes 2.5 tons of diamond. Oh, this needs to be fixed. We can't let the monument be overshadowed. That's just that won't stand. Get rid of that one too. Great, there we go. Anybody delivering? Yeah. Ben. Oh no, you're fine. You're just idle. Look, I was like, are you trapped? I didn't see the window tiles. How good is the decor around this thing? Is it? Surely once it's done and fully built, it gives very good decor, right? Like the monument head or something. Are you serious? It's only plus. Does it give them like a boon, like a little bonus themselves? Like once we finish this? Oh, yeah, let's proceed. Home sweet home. Oh, we get to see our beautiful base here. Look at it. It's just going to choose some random spots, isn't it? Great. It's choosing... Oh, and the monument itself. Wonderful. Look at that. How exciting. Oh, and then we get a little animatic. We've built such a beautiful home that our dupes love to live in. Forever. Except for the one dupe that we're going to send through the temporal tear at the end. Oh, few civilizations throughout time have had the privilege of understanding their origins. The one thing that matters is that here now, we make the best of the world we've been given. I'm proud to say this asteroid is our home. Aw, it's cute. Proceed. Da-da-da-da. Home sweet home. And we are 2/4 or 1/2 of the way there. All right. Now the real thing is though, we have to choose which of these monuments we want. Of course, we have to choose one of the new fish ones. It's just it wouldn't be right if we didn't. Yeah, there we go. Or what was the other one? There was like 2, I think. There was that, and then there was Surfer Dude. That one's pretty cool too. I don't know. I kind of think I like this one a little bit more. Holding the sea animals. It's cute. Great. We've done one of the steps. All right. Now we just have to have a successful space program. So, next episode, we're going to start launching these rockets and colonizing the rest of all of the planets. And collecting relics, because we need to get so many relics for the end of this game. But anyways, I've done a lot this episode, and I want to say thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.